Hi, I'm Sheilaa Hite, world-class astrologer, tarot master, spellcaster, medium, and all-around magical being. And I'm here today to talk to you about the upcoming astrological aspects. So, this week is a very important week. We have entered a phase of what we've all been talking about and hoping to experience. We've entered the phase of the shift. The shift has been approaching and going on for a while, and it's gotten heavy. Actually, the last few weeks, it really made its presence known. It's here now. We are at that point. That means everything, including you, the world, the universe, is shifting to the next level. Everything. So, I've written my notes here, and I'm going to be reading from them about the shift and about how you can best move through it and benefit from it. For the next 7 weeks, one of your main challenges will be to constructively deal with powerful inner conflicts as you observe and experience tremendously important life changes. Those are a lot of big syllable words, and they're important words. These inner conflicts will involve your trusting, in capital letters, trusting the universe, as you let go of those comfortable old beliefs and defense mechanisms that no longer serve you. Instead of letting your fears and other emotions rule you, your job will be to find a level of comfort with the changing circumstances. A level of comfort with the changing circumstances. I have a saying, and it is, in order to move through something smoothly, sometimes you have to become comfortable with the discomfort. This is one of those times. This time is also important for you because you need to be conscious of what you're doing as you're making this great shift, as you're becoming comfortable with the discomfort, as you're moving along. You need to be conscious of what you're doing so that the future you're creating has the strong structure and foundation it needs in order to support your new life and circumstances. Please keep in mind the importance of the great need for stability and consistent objectivity. This is super important because we, in the 21st century, at this time in the 21st century, we are what we've been reading about. We are where we've been reading about. We are doing what we've been, those of us who have been on an enlightened path and have heard about things like the shift and the great change, we're here now, and we're here for that. So now to move on into the nuts and bolts of the week, let's start with Wednesday. Wednesday, the moon will be in Taurus, and this is a great place for the moon. So, and we'll need all of the great energy that moon in Taurus brings because it's going to be conjunct or together with the planet Uranus. We've heard that before because it just sort of goes back and forth. Every 28 days, the moon is in the same position it was in 28 days before. The moon in Taurus will come together with the planet Uranus, the planet of surprises, of divine insight, the planet of weirdness, the planet of wild invention. The moon in Taurus will also be square, creating an abrasive aspect to the planet Saturn, the planet of foundation, structure, responsibility. So, what this means is there will be a tremendous urge for freedom, a tremendous urge to act out in ways that you know are just totally natural to you, whether they are or not. Remember, it's Uranus, and it brings up something strange, and it invites you into the party. Not a party that you've been in before, or you've been to before, but definitely a party that calls you. The moon squaring Saturn, regardless of what your impulse is, regardless of what you think you need to do, the moon square Saturn is hold it not so fast. Take a look at this. Think through this. What will it cost? Is it worth the cost? Do you have the price? The moon squaring Saturn is not about warm and fuzzy. It's about, does it work? Have you measured carefully? Have you weighed carefully? That's what the moon square Saturn is about. The moon conjunct Uranus is not about doing anything like weighing or measuring or taking it easy. It's about jumping before you find out how deep the water is. Saturn is saying you need to measure the water. So there's a compromise there. How do you handle it? You literally take out the measuring stick, you measure the water, and then you enjoy the wildness of the deep dive. On Friday, the planet Venus, the planet of relationships, the planet of women, of balance, the planet of health and healing, and money, Venus will square, create an abrasive aspect to the planet Mars, the planet of men, the planet of competition, the planet of conflict, the planet of energy, passion, and getting things done. So when Venus squares Mars, people tend to think, oh, women and men, way more than that. People will have strong feelings. Everybody's going to have strong feelings. Your job is not to let Mars get out of hand, not to let your temper take over, not to let you, yourself, your whole structure that you've built, not to let it all fall apart with one silly word, one stupid move. Venus is here. Venus rules diplomacy too. You need to be the diplomat yourself, with yourself, and definitely between Venus and I want peace and balance, and Mars, I want action no matter what the cost. You need to be the diplomat, because there is a central point, and both can take advantage of it. Both Venus and Mars are passion and actually want to be productive, and they want union. So make the deal with yourself to have a peaceful union. Negotiate that deal, and then do what it takes to make sure that deal is intact. On Friday, we also have the sun, the life force, creativity, the heart, children and teachers, and play, good old play. We have the sun opposition Neptune. Neptune is spirituality, it's the soul. It also rules the fog. Neptune rules the waterways, including our bodies. Neptune rules illusion and deception, sometimes self-deception. When Neptune is in any aspect to any planet, it kind of takes over. So you need to be careful that you don't walk around thinking that you're 6 feet tall when you're really 5'8". So that you don't walk around thinking that you're 5'8" when you're really 6 feet tall. In other words, stay grounded and stay open with yourself and stay honest. And if you're not sure that what you're dealing with is real, don't deal with it. Don't sign it. Remember, Mercury is retrograde. Let's not sign anything or make promises that we're going to have to go back and pay extra for. Not only is Mercury retrograde, but the sun is opposition the planet of illusion and deception. This is a great time, though, to go within, to meditate. It's a great time to find out who you are and how you are on an inner level, and make that connection between you and your divine source. Sunday, the planet Mercury, the planet of the intellect, of communication, the planet of roadways, the planet Mercury will be opposition Jupiter. Well, Jupiter never met a barrier it couldn't conquer. Jupiter is about expansion. Mercury is about talking. So be careful what you say. Some of your words, you may think, well, what did I say? It wasn't that big a deal. It can come across as that big a deal. So be very careful how you speak. Now, this does not mean that the insights that you get from the Jupiter being in opposition to Mercury aren't valid, but you need to take your time to breathe and to do some research. Just because you read it online or heard it from somebody else doesn't necessarily make it so. Stop long enough to find out if what you're thinking, what you're being led to think, stop long enough to find out if that's really valid. And also, always, especially when you've got a Mercury square or opposition anything, consider the source. So the other aspect that's going on Sunday is a very powerful sun. Remember, the life force, your heart, romance, play, children, teachers, creativity. The sun is making a trine, a harmonious, beneficial, wonderful, gifting aspect to the planet Pluto, the planet of transformation, the planet of necessary growth, the planet of the end of one phase and the beginning of another. And this kind of goes back to the shift, where we are. So Pluto, on this day, don't be surprised if you get flashes and insights of, oh my God, this is new, or this is what I always wanted to know, or this is what's happening. Don't be surprised if you think, well, if not only think, but decide, you know, that thing I've been holding on to a long time, whether it's material or emotional or mental, don't be surprised if you find that you can put it away now. Not only put it away, give it away. This is a great time to go through closets and drawers and cabinets, because you are seeing for the first time in a long time what your possessions are to you, if they are of value to you, if you need to be carrying them around any longer. Hint, you don't. So this is a great time. It's a great week. There's a lot going on. And for the next 7 weeks, as I said before, one of your main challenges will be to constructively deal with powerful inner conflicts. Find the comfort in the discomfort of change and letting go. On that note, have a fabulous week, and until next time, bye.